So we in Luke, the 19th chapter, the 14th verse. This one of my shall on the earth. You see, mind you, done went through the Greek Empire, showing you how Israel was wicked as ever. And they went to get a license from the king, Antiochus Epiphanes, this Edomite, took a white man, king, Caucasian king, Antiochus Epiphanes, so they can have a license to sin, to do what's contrary to the Most High's law. So his whole deal was whoever followed the law was to be put to death. We read that. Second Maccabees, the 6th chapter, the 6th verse said it was against the law to call yourself a Jew, an Israelite. And anybody that didn't conform to his customs, in verse 9 said was to be put to death. So now when you come to the New Testament, Israelites not saying they're Israelites. That's why Paul had to go and say, hey, we not Israelites, we Corinthians. Hey, but it's to the Israelites. They're Corinthians, but they are really Israelites. Just like you call yourself what? African American. But you're really an Israelite. You call yourself any of these other names that they named us, of the 12 tribes of Israel, but you're really an Israelite. When my Shai will come back and say, who are you? You're going to say, I'm African American. And you know that you've been taught and heard that you are Israelite, and you still saying you that? You come from 2 white men, Amerigo Vespucci and Leo Cipius Africanus. Them 2 white men laid down and had you. You come from your fathers? That's who had you, right? How silly does that sound? But some of you will make it make sense. That's how silly we are and ignorant we are. But I hope that the Most High will change you. Look what myself had to go through. Luke 19:14. Luke 19 and 14. But his citizens, his own people, hated him. So all this love that just, I love Jesus, dog. You don't really love him when you really learn about him in this Bible. Most people don't love him. If you know about him in this Bible, they don't love him. But his citizens hated him. You can't get no love out of hate, can you? His own citizens, his own people hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us, right? His own people. So is this your Jesus? You hate him or do you love him? This black man said his feet were so dark and burning like it burned in the furnace. Ash is black. Blue black, real dark. Say he wasn't comely, he wasn't handsome. So it wasn't like you loved him.